Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you how to make the load screen overhaul mod that I made for Skyrim. It's a simple process. You're just going to need a few tools. You're going to need Photoshop, going to need the creation kit, going to need a NIF scope, and I think that's it. I'm going to make a mod on the Nexus site with all the stuff in it so that you can just get going with it right away so you don't have to wait. Alright, first what I like to do is make the textures in Photoshop. This is going to be the file that I'm going to put in there. It's the PSD of three screens. Those three. These are all 5K images. Those are also going to be included. The reason I'm putting them in is because I'm making a 4K load screen. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is when you're placing these, I'll show you how to place them. It's super easy. Just make sure one of them is visible. That's important. Then you just go to place and find, for you guys, you can take 4K screenshots in Skyrim. Just look back at one of my videos in the description. I'll show you how to do that so that you can also put those pictures into your mod if you want them. If not, then you can just do 1080p, lower the resolution to 2K. Or just take whatever image. I won't use the same one. Let's take this one, and it'll come in like this. It's a little bit bigger, like I said, than 4K, so it's going to be out. You just have to resize it. Make it close. Just pull it out. Right about there. Hit enter. And there it is. We have the image. And once you have them set on the texture, the next thing to do is to save them out as the DDS files. That will also require the Photoshop plugin for NVIDIA DDS, the NVIDIA DDS plugin. I'll put a link for that in the description most likely. And once you have that, I just place them on the desktop. This will be, I think, the third one. Oops. 3. And I saved them as DXT1. There's a quality loss, the color wise. There's a color loss, but other than that, it's pretty good. Obviously, I don't like using DXT1, but for file size, it's needed. Really can't get around it. I want to put up a 300 megabyte DDS file. It's a little ridiculous. But that's what I would use personally, because I hate these small crappy files. Alright, and then we'll save this one out as number 2. If you want to avoid typing stuff in, just click on the one of the old ones that you already have, and then you can just change the name of it. It makes it easier. And these... No, can't show the desktop. Alright, whatever. Just have to wait. Takes a really long time to compress them. There we go. Alright. So now we're done. Here are the original ones, but... Oop. Alright, so next what we have to do is place those in a folder in Skyrim. I place it in the data textures and then go to interface and then make the folder there. If you don't have the interface folder, then make it in the texture folder. and then make a load screen folder for all your textures, and then place all your DDSs in here. So I will be putting the other two, overwriting the old ones that I copied from my other mod to make it a little bit easier on myself. I renamed these. So now we'll have to go into NifScope and change some stuff, as in the texture set. I will show that right now. But before we go into NifScope, we have to make sure that our meshes are in the proper location. You can just make a folder in the meshes folder and then place them in here. I just copied the other ones from my mod. I already did number 1, so we go to number 2 now. And you can see that the first one's there. But we don't want the first one. We've already done it. We already have one. So go to down here to the 4th one and then open up the textures bit. And this is the one we want to change. Hit the gear and then change it to 2. You should see that. There's the other one. And then we want to save it. Make sure you override it. And we will open the other one. And do the same exact thing. And there we go. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to have to go and make an ESP. Lucky for you, I'm including the ESP that I made for these 3, so you can just change them to whatever you want, as in the texture wise, and you can also add more to it. So in there, you open up the creation kit. I already have the ESP loaded up. I have these 3 files here, and then the 3 of the actual information on each of these. So this one this is a test written in here. This will show up on the screen when it pops up. The initial scale is 1.65. If you want to start from scratch, you'll want to copy all these settings to be the same so that you can also get these results. The main menu screen is a different beast, and I might cover that. I might not. We'll see. The initial translation offset, X is -50, Y is -85, and Z is 0. And the rotation is -90 on the X, and everything else is 0. And then for down here, the only function we have is a get random %, and the value is at 100. We run on the subject, and comparison is greater than equals. Just cancel, whatever. For you, you're gonna hit OK if you want to change anything. If you change something, like if you rename this and you want to add more, obviously choose create new form, hit yes. When that screen pops up, I'll show you. Let's just say you want to make a 4th one, and then we hit OK, hit yes here, and it'll make a 4th one down here. And that's done. You'll have it, don't worry. No, we don't want to save changes. We don't want a 4th one yet. Alright, so that's all set. These have the proper textures paths to them. Now you have to make sure that you have the ESP activated, either by going to the Skyrim main screen when you start the game, or with the mod manager or the other manager. I can't remember the name of it. And just make sure it's activated. It's down here at the very last one. And we shall see if it worked. Now here you're seeing my main menu replacer still. It doesn't require the ESP that I have not activated, from my other mod, so this still stays. This runs because of SKSE. So we won't worry about this. Alright, so let's go load the game. Make sure it works. Oh, there we go. It's working. Looks good. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's this one. Yep, they seem to be working. Alright.